Hey, college wrestling fans, JT1Wrestle here, and we have got a great guest today. One of the top NJCAA programs in the country, Western Wyoming. Please welcome the head coach, Art Castillo.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me. Excited to be on here.
Well, let's talk about last year for just a minute. 2025 NJCAA champion Demarion Lopez. JT1Wrestle gets online and tries to figure out, okay, where is this guy going? Where is he heading? And I find out he decided to stay on the coaching staff and be a part of your program as a coach for Western Wyoming. Talk about him and the role that he'll play this year as a coach.
Yeah, Demarion Lopez, he was third as a freshman and national champion last year. Just been a staple in our lineup for the last couple of years. He's actually staying here to finish up his degree. And so he's going to graduate here in December, and he's looking for a home actually as we speak. So he's had several suitors out there, and he's just trying to find the best home for him. But we got to get that degree first, and then we'll move on. So we've just kind of empowered him. He's more like a student assistant. Just kind of empowered him with some of those leadership roles to kind of help his teammates out while he's still preparing and training to do what's next.
Is there a chance we could see him this second semester somewhere else then?
Yeah, that's absolutely 100% the plan. So we just don't know where yet. He's taking visits and talking to a lot of people still kind of as we speak. So no news yet on that front, but I'm sure we'll know more here in a couple months.
I tell you, that makes me really excited because, I mean, suddenly you go from looking at a weight class in a certain division and saying to yourself, okay, this is kind of who the kids are going to be to fight for the national title, to fight for All-American status. And then suddenly you add in Demarion Lopez come January. It's like, oh God, this just became a completely new ball game. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to that. So, he's focused on putting on some more size too, because he was in the 240s at nationals. We want him around 260 with good weight. So he's definitely going to be ready to go, and he's going to throw his name in the ring. That's for sure.
So, along with him last year, we're talking about eight NJCAA qualifiers, five All Americans, two were NJCAA runner ups, and then, of course, we had national champion Demarion Lopez. Talk about the potential this year. I mean, you guys have such a tough team. You guys could literally crown an All American at every weight class and contend for the NJCAA title this year.
Yeah, we're really excited about our returners and our championship experience and stuff. So, and then we're going to complement that well with a fantastic recruiting class. So, right now we're just looking about on getting better every single day and focusing on that, and not really living in the future too much or even behind us. I mean, you talked about crowning an All-American at every weight. That's only been done once, and that's by Western Wyoming in 21. And so kind of throw that term around really lightly, you know what I mean? And so but that's a goal. I think potentially, yeah, I think this team can be really good and can do some great things, but we're going to focus on just getting better today.
We were talking here a little while ago about Demarion Lopez eventually going to be finding a new home. You guys have been really, really good about that. This year, we get the opportunity to watch Sefton Douglas compete at the University of Wyoming. Darian Johnson's having a pretty good career, going to continue to have one at McKendree. What are your thoughts on your wrestlers post their NJCAA time and NJCAA careers, moving on to the larger divisions and then having success D2, D3, and AIA?
Yeah, that's the plan. We want to prepare them here and fill their tool belt up with all the tools for what's next. And a lot of these guys have their sights on the big show in Division 1, but we've got guys all across the board. You mentioned Sefton Douglas at Wyoming. We also have Cody Phelps there as well, who was national champ for us in 24 and an outstanding wrestler. So he originally went to Michigan State after he left here, and then he transferred back home to Russell at Wyoming. And we've got guys all over the board. Bridger Ricks, two-time All-American for us is Utah Valley. You mentioned Darian Johnson, two-time finalist for us at McKendree. And we've got we got guys all over from Life University to CSU Pueblo to Embry-Riddle to Concordia to Shattering State to so yeah, that we pride ourselves in preparing our guys for what's next for them, and it's fun to see them out there continuing this sport and continuing their education.
Now, I noticed on your schedule this season, you guys have a duel with the University of Wyoming. You'll be competing at the Nebraska Kearney Open. You guys are also going to be competing at the Reno Tournament of Champions. Western Wyoming is an NJCAA program that's not afraid to compete against D1, D2, D3. Talk about why you guys do that and why it's important for you to face competition other than just the NJCAA.
Yeah, that's huge for us. We want to get out there and wrestle the best of the best. So we're going to put our guys in the best situation to find out, where they're at. And so we can assess along the way and make adjustments. And, we're certainly seeking that out. You mentioned Wyoming coming here on November 1st. That's a massive
That's
thing.
awesome.
Um, top 25 Division I school coming traveling on the road to a junior college is a big deal, and we're going to maximize that. We're actually selling tickets. We actually have already pre-sold 900 tickets. So this place is going to be rocking, and we're really excited for that.
Speaking of Rock in the House, you guys are hosting the Plains District Championship this year. What are the expectations for hosting the tournament? And kind of talk to me about the fan following of Western Wyoming and what you think that's going to be like hosting the conference tournament this year.
Yeah, it's always nice when you can host that conference tournament, that district tournament at home. I mean, that just takes a lot of variables out. You get to sleep in your own bed, and there's just so many, things that you can kind of take out, and we're kind of used to that. So that's really nice. Once again, I think our fans are going to come out and support us. Is wrestling's important here, and it's important in our community, in our county, in the state of Wyoming. Wrestling is a big deal, and so we're really looking forward to putting on a good show, and most importantly, getting our guys qualified for the national tournament.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just got through saying that you've already sold 900 tickets for the University of Wyoming duel. I mean, 900 tickets. I mean, I go to wrestling all over the place. I don't know if I've ever been to an NJCAA duel that had 900 people there. Plus, there's probably going to be another 3 or 400, 500 people that are going to just walk in the door as well. I mean, to get, 900, let's say that you guys get 1,300 people there. I mean, there are D1 teams that don't get that. I mean, that's unheard of. I mean, I don't know if it's a record or not, but that is a lot of fans for a dual meet at a junior college.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, the record stuff. The guys are kind of asking me, is that a record? And I said, no, we've never tracked it in that
Oh,
regard.
really?
So yeah, absolutely. Either way, it's going to be a record. But our capacity, the way our configuration is in our gym, we're going to have 1,435 available seats, and I think we're going to sell them all out.
Oh, that'd
So
be awesome.
it'll be nice. It's going to be exciting, and it'll be on flow. So um, a lot of people, if you can't make it, you can also watch that online.
Oh, yeah, this sounds great. So I also wanted to talk about, so during your time at Western Wyoming, the Mustangs have won the academic team title on 3 occasions. What does it mean for you to see your wrestlers not only succeed on the mat, but also succeed in the classroom?
Yeah, we were actually second several times, including this last year, we were second. And so, that's always the goal, is to be the most well-rounded we can be, kind of the concept of how you do anything is how you do everything. And we kind of pride ourselves in being the most well-rounded individuals we can. And so, these guys will tell you, I wear them out with you know, going to class every day, going to study hall, have them come up and see me every single day. We have academic meetings that they have with me weekly. And so we have our finger on the pulse in all areas with these guys. So um, it's what's expected. They kind of know through the recruiting process that's what's important to us, and that's not going to change.
Well, Coach, the last question I have for you today is I know that you've also been heavily involved in the world of Ultimate Fighting Championships, mixed martial arts. And, you know, if you go back over the last probably 20, 25 years, ever since, MMA and UFC started getting really popular, they have both UFC and MMA have helped to showcase to the rest of society, the non-wrestling people, just how much of an outstanding martial art as well as a self-defense wrestling can be. What are your thoughts on this with UFC and MMA and how they've helped to show the rest of society the importance of the sport of wrestling?
Yeah, I'm obviously very biased. I've been around that for a long time, but yeah, it kind of gives wrestling, amateur wrestlers an opportunity to be professional, and that's pretty cool. And I think that's kind of helping, the grassroots as well. Younger dads, if you will, want to get their sons in wrestling. The idea of perhaps them, being in the UFC or one of those major organizations one day. But yeah, I've been fortunate to be around it for a while and cornered some guys. One of my college teammates, Benson Henderson, who's down at the lab now. He was UFC world champ, and so. And now my cousin Michael Hamill is down there, and he just recently retired. He was in Bellator and PFL, and I was able to corner in the UFC. A good friend of mine, right from down the road here in Green River, Justin Salas, who's now Archie Colgan's coach, and so it's a pretty big network. Um, but yeah, I just enjoy doing it, and I think it's fun and it's exciting, and I think it's a great opportunity for wrestlers to look forward to something post career.
Well, Coach, I really appreciate having you on the show today. It's been an honor and a privilege to have you on here. I want to wish you and the Western Wyoming Mustangs the best of success for the rest of 2025, 2026. And like I said before, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if you guys aren't walking out of there, Council Bluffs, Iowa, with 10 All Americans.
I like the sounds of that, JT. Hey, thanks for having me, man. Thanks for all you do for wrestling. Appreciate you.
You bet, man. Take care.